Hello, welcome to another 5-Minute Friday. Today we're going to go over the KNG2, and I know the exposure's down on this a little bit. That's just to make this screen readable. Fortunately, there's kind of nowhere in between where everything looked good. There are exterior buttons on these radios that we're going to go over today that allow you to get into different features that you'll use quite frequently. So putting them on these or programming for these buttons allows you to get to them a little bit quicker. So the first one we'll look at is this bottom round button. When you select that, it takes you to the cloning menu. And if you want to send a clone, remember to select clone active zone, and then whatever zone you're currently on this radio, you'll send it to the zone that the other radio is on as well. So if you're on zone 24 here and the other radio is on zone 12, you'll send the zone 24 program here to zone 12 on the other radio. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're on both radios in the zone that you want to send and receive in. Escape out of here. Let's look at this button up here. It's the horizontal button above the push to talk button. That brings up the scan list. You'll see the plus minus button to add or subtract the channels from the scan list. This toggle up here, I know it's dark, but if you toggle it towards the writing, the scan writing, scan will be on. And then you'll be scanning all those channels that you selected here to scan. Next button up, the very top horizontal button. This is the squelch, and there's two settings for it, kind of a half and then a fully open squelch. And remember, if you go to a fully open squelch, you've also dropped the receive tone, so it's no longer active. So you'll be hearing all traffic on that frequency. You might do this because, remember on a previous 5-Minute Friday, we talked about this light up here. If you see this light blinking green, you know that the radio is receiving something, but it's not opening up the squelch on your radio to where you can hear it. So you know something's coming to the radio, you're not hearing it, you're convinced you have the wrong receive tone, you can quickly drop it this way. So we're on that top button. If you press and hold it, it'll go to a fully open squelch. Press and hold again, it'll turn it off. If you just press it once, you get that speaker that's not completely filled in and you didn't hear squelch break. So it's just increased the squelch intensity, but the receive tone is still active. So that's why you might use this button. It kind of equates to this center button on the old radios, turning this to where you can make the radio more sensitive. Now, we talked about some of the differences with this switch on one of the previous 5-Minute Fridays. Go watch that if you want to know how that works. It's unique because it's also affecting your code guard. And the last button I want to go over is this top button, which is the display brightness. On the middle radio, when you hit this button, it does the same thing, kind of. It turns the backlight on or off. On this one, you actually get to select the brightness. Auto is just like your phone. If it's really bright outside, it'll turn it up. If it's dim, it'll turn it down. Of course, the backlight eats a fair amount of battery, so that's something to be keep in consideration. The one thing I could see some people doing on accident is selecting off, just to wonder what it does. Hit enter, and then the radio completely goes off. The way to get that back is just hit that orange button again, come back on, and then you can select something that you actually want to use. So those are the exterior buttons that I think you might find useful. Thanks for watching.